Alright, so today we're going to take a look at big screen mode for Steam. Currently it's in beta right now, but it's still worth taking a look at. On your library screen, or actually on the main screen period, if you go up in the corner, there's a button that says Big Picture. Now you have to opt in to sign up for the beta for this, or you won't receive that button up top there. But once we click on it, it goes into this completely new splash screen that they've got. And let me see if I can get this in front of the camera. What I am using is a standard Xbox 360 controller with the wireless dongle that comes for Windows. And this is how you control it. I'm running it also on my 50-inch plasma, my Panasonic VT20. And all I can say is this is amazing. The fonts are nice and big. This is your typical menu. Let's see. We'll start with the store. So now the whole format for the store changes. It's got a carousel situation here. And then you can, this is the part I really, really like. If I go into Borderlands, we'll say go into Borderlands 2 because that's kind of where I'm at right now. Let's see. Actually, you know, let's pick something. Let's go to Castle Crashers. Alright, make it quicker. This is amazing, okay, because it gives you, now you've got screenshots you can bring up, and just by clicking over on the D-pad, you can get great screenshots of what this game is going to look like on PC, or you can scroll through till you find one that's interesting to you, or what have you. Then it's got, you can read a full description on the game, which is another thing that I really, really like, just being able to pull up like that. It lets you do all of your, product searching in one area instead of having to go on the web for everything, The other thing too, details. Gives you your system requirements, which as a former employee of a large video game retailer, we'll say, was one of the biggest problems we had selling PC games at one point in time, is that just nobody really read the system requirements or could find them, or were constantly asking for them. And I really like the fact that they add that in there too. It's even supported languages. And I love how they have the icons up there for details, where you can see it's Steam Play, it's single player, achievement based, full controller support, and saves to the cloud. Now we'll go into something, say top sellers. Again, this is all going to be in a carousel environment. You can go through the specials. Everything that they have to offer, like everything, is right here. And then we'll go into library. And it's showing, just what I have right now that's installed. Although I have like 121 other ones. But they even show up stuff like Black Mesa that wasn't really created by Valve, but it allows it to open up in Steam. And let's take a game like, okay, we'll take Skyrim. I can still hit, boom. Now I just hit A just like I normally would. Here's where it gets tricky, okay? The fact is now the controller is no good to you. That's the problem. You have to actually have a mouse and keyboard handy to go into the actual menus. That bothers me, because now it's not really controller free, but again, it's in beta, so I'm sure they're going to work these things out. Let me show you a couple things in the menus before I actually enter into a game that way. If you use the, see if I can get down here, you have friends, but when I switch to the controller, it shows it use the right trigger, and it goes into all my friends that are online and available. And then you click left trigger to go back. Then you can click the left trigger again to go into this other pane, which shows your favorites. It's like stuff from the web. So I can go, let's see, Steam Community Achievements. And this is hooking me up through a browser-based situation on the web. Let me go back to that. And it's got like you use the thumbsticks to use it sort of like a mouse. And you can go down and check all of your achievements. And as soon as you want to go back to that main page, boom. You just click the right trigger again. And then you hit B to go back. You have your community page where all your friends are. So let's try getting into, say, this, and we'll click this. So now it's brought that up. Ooh, and this has full support right now. Borderlands 2 has full support for controller at launching at the desktop. Now, this is a problem with Borderlands 2. It keeps coming up with this thing saying that it's not working, but it actually is working behind it, and I haven't figured out why it does that. Skip through all the stuff. So when you match this up to, say, a PSN or an Xbox Live, it's difficult to compare it on some levels. I think that this is better than those because there's not a lot of advertisements, and that's really impressive. There's not a lot of advertisements. It's get right where you want to go when you want to go there. The fact that it's on a TV in that kind of environment like a console, and I'm running it on a PC that smokes any console that's out right now, but I can play them with my controller, in my chair, on my TV, hooked up to my surround sound, and I have no problems. So that's one of the ways, came up right up to the menu, and now everything's fully like it would be if you were on the normal dashboard. Once you get into the game, now the controller takes over. But this is one of those games I didn't realize until I just booted it up now that allows you from start to finish to use a controller to navigate. Skyrim, on the other hand, as we saw, I can't navigate that. There's no even like mouse type reticle I can use with the thumbsticks on this one. I literally have to go in and click play. So I'm sure they're going to work on that too, and I bet you any money that's going to be left up to the developers of some games to patch them to make sure that they're compatible with big screen mode. And I'm positive actually, that Valve's going to be very, very supportive in that situation. Okay, yeah, so I go back to this. It actually shows my achievements, similar to the way Xbox Live does. Tells me which of my friends have it. The workshop, it connects right to the workshop from here. But again, I believe you have to kind of take over with a mouse and a keyboard. So I have a mouse and a keyboard with me behind the camera, but I kind of would rather not have that at all. So go into the settings. Your account lets you change the audio for movies, for ambient sounds, and the navigation sounds. I kept that all the same anyway. This is the weird part, okay? I don't know how well this is coming up if you can see it, but right around where it's showing the 1080p, right? So I know that's going to be the resolution I'm going to see everything on here. But target monitor, this is what gets me. It says generic PNP monitor. I have two monitors. This is being hooked up. I have two monitors hooked up, basically my plasma and my normal monitor on my TV. But it doesn't give me the choice to choose. Like on almost everything else I do, it shows through my NVIDIA dashboard, it shows me what device I can connect to with it, and it gives me the name. But here it's just generic monitor. I don't know if they have a detection problem with what's going on, because my normal monitor only is 60 hertz, but my plasma is 600 hertz. So I'm wondering if that's going to make a difference in how everything looks on the screen. Another really cool thing. Anybody who's used Steam for an amount of time knows that if you can, you click Shift Tab, it brings you out to where you can answer chats or talk to people. But on the controller, if you hit the home button, say it's an Xbox 360 controller, you hit the home button, it'll bring that up also. So they're keeping that console environment. Voice is pretty much the same as it was. It's just allowing you to go in and test it, what have you. It's just showing it in like a bigger font, much easier on the eyes for a TV. Because now, like, there's games like Walking Dead that I'm playing. There are other games that I really wish the game would come up and show in a bigger font, like just be, look like it's in a console environment. Because some of those games, you can't see any of the writing, so it makes it difficult. I normally have to play a lot of those RTSs and things like that on my mouse and keyboard in the other room so I can actually see the font. But I'm assuming that developers are probably going to pick up on this quick, and they're going to want to implement whatever they can from this, because it's going to become a competing console, in my opinion, so with the big screen mode. But that's a first look right now, and if you liked it, please comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.